Disclaimer: the following you are about to watch was coming from my stream. It was rather nothing but some of my complaints I watched or heard from the game, and therefore the point of view may be different. So please do consider supporting them as they give much more solid ideas and solutions than I do. Link will be in the description. With that being said, enjoy the video. You see, this is why I only wanted to stream ToF on day 1 of the update. The rest of the day I just don't feel like doing it, because I feel like this is kind of like slowing down the speed and something like that. Yeah, we'll talk about the GD, right? GD got a lot of new players in there, like, there's always a chance. Right? Especially, it's just the start of the update. Even though it's not much, right? I feel it's still significantly more than my stream of ToF. Like, that's insane. My ToF stream usually don't get any, so therefore I just kind of give on doing it like every day, because like it's just kind of repetitive and like nothing much to watch. You're just watching that because like you want to see them going for the leaderboard or some hard content and stuff, basically like that. The other thing is just, yeah, you can play yourself. It's not that interesting. I have slowly lost hope in this game. There's so many things that I could have had improvement. But for now, Reboot server and the other small things building up, like the event. A lot of people have complained about the event. This one. Especially this two. This two requires kind of time gated stuff, which a lot of people hate, but they still do it nevertheless. And they were trying to do some improvements before, but now they are back to square one. It's like, why? If you see the Gale's Prime's videos, you know what exactly I'm talking about. But like, even if you don't, once you play for ToF for quite a while, you can still spot a lot of problems within this game. Like, sure, there are bugs. Bugs are normal, but like, there were some bugs that were just never getting fixed. Like, for example, right? For example, like this one. This one is just tells you to go there instead of the direct TP, right? Although they have done a lot of things on these two already, but like, they also created a lot of useless things such as this one, right? Void of this David, Frontier Clash Ticket, blah blah blah. I have no idea why they wanna do that. There's just a lot of things that makes this game pretty boring after some point. If you are just playing it yourself and not getting any help, you will definitely quit before you can get to the cap. And like the fact that they were doing the reboot, then Reboot, of course, getting like becomes a hot topic of players and stuff. It's basically just the original ToF with a little bit of change. Just why? There have been a lot of old players who have spent a lot. They did some investment, whether it be a lot or just like me, it's maybe not that much to some people, but like, it's still a significant amount if you kind of add them up. Right? These people like us, always struggle, always having a hard time to do the contents and stuff. It stays on a pretty unsatisfied stat. There's new players who can catch up so easily with the new weapons and sword. There was a time I was pretty mad about it. It was around the time where Frost is literally nothing compared to Vault, which is like the Fenrir era. There were a lot of people spending on edits, and then they just realized like a backstab because Fenrir came out so strong and so broken that it just ruins everything. It just ruins the fun for the other comps, especially those who got Umi as well. I will be so high and then just get flopped by the Fenrir. That was pretty bad. And then there comes the rainbow team like land as well. So if you don't pull for her, you are basically screwed as well. So if you don't pull Fenrir and then the next banner following off land, you're basically screwed. That was the time I was being so mad about it. Like, still remember to this day. Back at the Ara is like pretty insane, I say. It was insane for the vaulting. Like literally just got A0, A1 and then like they can literally out damage us with like A3, A4 or even A6, I say. It probably made a lot of Frost players or even physical players quit just because of that. For those who can keep it up until now, right? We've been seeing a lot of things throughout this process. And guess what we get? A totally reboot server. Let's just transfer the data and sort. And you gotta restart all over again. And it wasn't even well optimized. Like, there are still a lot of bugs, and there are still a lot of inconvenience. I see the people, they wanted to do the 1.0 as Spirit Quest, and then like, they have to go to the 3.0 map in order to solve some kind of a key mechanics. Like, in the reboot server, this thing doesn't exist. Like, for example, if you want to get this, right? Usually you just get it here from the store and then call it a day, right? But in the reboot server, they don't have that. And the important mechanics always locked behind the levels and stuff, which they don't have that much of a level cap to begin with. So what do they do? What do they do with this? Well, they just have to go into the 3.0 map, and because this market thing exists, right? And the gift shop literally gives you everything you need. And you have to buy them from there with the Dominion, which, you know how to get the Dominion? You have to kill the R-Eagles and get a Sky Crystal. Because they have all of that. The other things are just not worth. Just the Sky Crystal is the only stable source of your Dominion. That is absurd. That is pretty absurd. Think of doing an area quest and you have to go across the map. Like, just who the heck designed this? And then there was a bug because of the item got deleted. And they cannot even do it. Because the quest literally need that deleted item. Like, wow. I know bugs will often happen, but like, isn't it too much for a kind of a developed game and stuff? People have been giving you like 2 years and stuff. The bug is often, right? The bug is often thing in every game, and like, that's not the same thing to share, right? But like, isn't it too much for those? They didn't check the basic bugs and the logic and stuff, and then just quickly publish it for a date, and then let the unfixed that to the players, and they have to like, yeah, we're just doing this, and the rest we just gotta wait and see, right? Oh, there's a bug? There's a bug? Okay, we'll try to fix it, and then 3 months later they don't fix it. And then if it's like a utility bug, like let's say Linghan bug, well, sorry, we're gonna fix that immediately. Like, we don't even have to wait for the version release to come out. We're just gonna fix it. Just gonna fix it because CN say so, and we paste the CN data. So like, you guys are getting reboot because we copy CN. And I'm not done yet. You know how reboot server is, like, everyone talking about, oh, the Powercreep is like much, we need to reboot that, blah blah blah. The Powercreep is too much. New weapons is always better. There's no use for the old weapons and blah blah blah. And you know what? ToF dev actually hear that. And what I did, they just kind of remove every fun utilities. You remember how Lyra being so OP about everything, right? Well, in the Reboot server, she's just nothing but a mere weapon with a little bit more of a heal. And then it's like instant snare. Instant snare is pretty damn hard. I saw quite some videos about the Reboot server. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even if it's just a level 28, 38 boss, it's still gonna take you a really long time in order for you to beat it and to even get to some progress and stuff. It's just insane. They have done Reboot server dirty. Actually, the idea of Reboot server is already dirty. Like they didn't tell how we should be doing. Even though they say like they're gonna accompany us for 10 years, I don't really buy it. I guess people also have the same thought like, you can keep us a company for 10 years? Wow, you are really living in your fantasy, dude. Let's not mention about the 10 years. I believe in the near future, maybe like a month, maybe like 6 months, maybe like a year, whatever. It just won't be 10 years, and not even like 5 years. I will say, and this year can just keep like a year at most. If I like keep doing the ridiculous stuff like this, I'm not joking. There's a lot of things they should integrate or like at least like complete it. Like for example, do you guys still remember the fun zones in Miroria? Last thing and the new areas. But now guess what? We still only get 3 areas. Right. And then those new areas should bring us a lot of fun and stuff. Now it's just left with this kind of incomplete stat. Miroria was supposed to be interesting. More interesting than just those funsies we got so far. Like, what we have is not enough. We need some kind of funsies that can keep going instead of this kind of boring daily and weekly gathering missions, blah blah blah. Those things, after a week, after the first week of refreshingness, it becomes repetitive.